welcome to another edition of Talk the Talk, Rio Grande Valley Stars. I'm your host, Alex Arabia. Our host, Isaac Medina, couldn't be here with us today, but we have our guest co-host, Hugo Garcia, one more time.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Hugo.
Thank you for having me.
How are you liking the show?
It's great. It's a great show. I recommend it to everybody. It's just going along with it, having fun. I've never done this before, but it's really fun.
Your third one already,
Yeah.
and we appreciate it. All the way from Starr County.
Starr
County's got talent. And we've had great guests throughout our show in its first and second edition. Today is not the exception. We have Robby, Reyna, and Manny Cepeda, members of the Trvth band, and they're going to be performing at the J.A.R Films Festival on July 13th at the SkyLine Event Center in Edinburgh. So today we're going to be learning more about their performance in this wonderful event and also about their life, how they got started, their achievements, maybe obstacles that they've encountered, and also their future goals. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you for having me. Really excited to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
First of all, tell us about your background. So maybe how old you are, what city are you from, single, married, kids, no kids, social security number, whatever you want to share.
Well, I'm 27 years old from Harlingen, Texas. Don't have any kids right now or anything, but yeah, just musician.
Musician for life.
Yeah.
And Manny?
I'm 25 years old. I'm from Far, Texas, and I'm also single, not married, not having any kids. Just making music on my free time, working full time. Just enjoying life, just living life to the fullest every single day.
Excellent. How did you guys meet, or how did this band come about?
Well,
What brought you together?
it started with just like me personally. It's like it was just a one-man project. That's what I do. Like with anything, I'll produce my music, produce EPs, albums, or singles, stuff like that. So it was already like planned already with an EP, with the release with 4 tracks. And since I always wanted to get it to go live, and I've known Manny for like years already, so he was like the perfect
8 years, right?
yes,
Yeah.
he was like the perfect person to come in and help me out with that, because he's really good at what he does. So I'm just appreciative for him being here to help me out in this situation. So
And what's up with the name of the band? Trvth, but it's the
with
spelling is with a V and not a U.
yes, with the V, it's like just some type of
A type of
yeah, like some type of typo in there.
to make it unique. And
Yes, because there's bands that may have the same name or something, so kind of like you can kind of change it around, the letters, put a little bit of extra stuff in there just to give it that, its own little unique thing, kind of.
It was better than naming it false.
Right.
Trvth and not false.
Right. Yeah, most definitely.
What got you interested in music, or when was it when you realized this is something I want to do for a long time?
Well, it's started because of my dad. My dad was in a country band. He's been playing as a drummer for like before I was born. So I would go. He would take me to go to his gigs, and I'd watch him play and everything. And I just got super inspired by that. And he would listen to music, like all types of music, and I'd watch him play the drums and everything. And I was just like really, really excited every time to see it. So I was just like, I really want to do this. So he got me a drum set when I was super young, and got me guitar and stuff like that. And I was on and off, but then I got really serious into it, when I was late teenager and stuff like that. So ever since then, I'm just still working in the music. I'm really excited.
It's great. It's great to hear. And how about you?
Well, I've been playing drums since I was around 11 years old. My sisters and my mom, the 3 of them pitched in. I have 2 older sisters. They're both married now, but at the time, they bought me my first drum set. And I was in band in middle school, and I just had a little practice pad to play on, and that's where I started to play. And I never really took lessons. I just kind of just listened to CDs on my Walkman and just would sit at the drum set and just play. So they were the ones that convinced me at a very young age to just go for it, because when I was a kid, right before I was 10, 11 years old, and I was like 5, 6, 7 years old, around growing up, I had a little toy drum set
Yeah.
But it was since then that I was like, I just never went away. I just started taking it more and more serious, and I mean, they finally gathered, the funds to give me my first drum set, and then from then I just started playing, and I just never looked back. I've been playing since I was 12. Now really was when I first got my first drum set officially, to now that I'm 25, so about 13 years.
Okay, it's been a while.
So I've been in various bands and playing from anything from like metal to Spanish rock to now this is more on the punk side. So that's my main instrument. I don't really play any other instruments like Robby does. Robby plays drums and he plays guitar and plays keyboards too. He knows how to play piano and stuff like that. But drums was the one that, that was the instrument that I stuck to, yeah.
So in both of your cases, you've had that family support from the very beginning, and that's very important
Yes.
and beneficial.
Yes.
And even though you're both very young, you have a long career because you both started very young as kids in this business, right, of the music and so on. And here Hugo is an expert in piano.
I'm not an expert. No.
Oh, you don't have
Yes,
this
you
yet?
Yeah.
Hey, that's really cool, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen you perform and you seem like an expert, so I was just trying to.
Thank you, appreciate it.
It probably is.
What's cool about being a pianist is that anywhere you see a piano, like you can just sit and play. Like there'll be a piano at the mall. Like I don't know if you've done it before, but you can just sit down and play for a little bit, and then you start to gather up a little crowd. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool thing
Yeah,
about being
that's
a
awesome.
piano player.
Yeah, piano is amazing. I love piano.
Who's your guys' role models? Like who do you look up to, musically wise or lyrically wise?
Well, I have like quite a bit of that. Like I just try to see like what's like, I don't know, like kind of like what I like,
Yeah.
I've always liked rock music, like sort of rock and punk rock too. Like that's what I kind of grew up with, like like radio rock bands like Blink-182, Green Day, stuff like that. Just basic, but still very like that's good music. Yeah, I wanted me to pick up the guitar because I like the drums, but when I heard the guitars on those albums, it just made me like, I just got this weird feeling like, what is that? Like, how do you get that sound, or how do you do that? So, it made me want to pick up a guitar, and like, since then I'm like doing it.
And what else do you do? Because you produce music,
Yes.
right? And you also know about film and video.
Yes, film.
Elaborate on your other talents.
Well, it's just I practice in other things, so like video editing, that's what I like to do. So I'll create like short films, different types of ways to do it. I'll do stop motion animation, so it's like per like frame, so you do like 300 frames for like a small short film or something. 3D graphics, visuals, stuff like that. I do visuals for the local DJs that play in the shows, the dance shows.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make visuals for them, and they'll be behind the screen, or the screen will be behind them, and they'll have like this flashing stuff, colors and everything, and I think it's pretty cool.
So very talented and creative, Robby Reyna, and he has volunteered to help us and help our producer with our show, maybe with an intro, a nice intro.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
But we'll work
Excited for
on it
that.
together later. Tell us about your upcoming performance at the J.A.R. Films Festival, July 13th at the SkyLine Event Center. What you do there? What songs do you plan on playing? What's the deal?
Okay, well, there are two songs that I have that are wanting to get played for sure. Is they're off the EP that I have. One song is called Clueless.
Are you sure?
Right?
Or are you
Wait a minute. I don't know what I'm talking about. That's a double.
So Clueless and the other one?
Trvth is.
Truth is.
Yes. So they're basically
The
just,
spelling is also with the V, or?
just that's a regular.
Oh, okay.
regular.
Just making sure.
Yeah, regular you on that one.
Are you excited about the film festival?
Yes, very excited. It's going to be the performance. I'm really looking forward to it. Honestly, like very, very much. I'm just happy to have the opportunity to actually like showcase this music, and just be able to show it to the crowd. Make good memories out of this showcase.
Mhm. So we're inviting our viewers to go to this event Saturday, July the 13th. It's a great event where you can go with family and friends. It's a Saturday at the SkyLine Event Center at 6. That's when it starts. It's going to be 4 hours of entertainment, and you won't regret it if you go. J.A.R Films are the ones producing this.
What's been your biggest achievement to this day? You said that you released some EPs.
Yes.
What's something that, aside from that, has been a big achievement for you guys?
Well,
Or
first
what was the process when you started making the EPs?
well, for me, it was just like scouting out, going to live shows. So some of the bands would come down from I guess like up north, and they'd come to the locally here to play, and I check them out, and I'd go, and if I was interested in working with them, I'd go up to them and ask them like, hey, like I really didn't like your music. Do you have anything out? Do you have something like any music out? They usually didn't have anything, so I was like, this is the perfect opportunity to get their music out, but then at the same time, like build a portfolio and stuff like that. So, I'm just really thankful for the opportunities that came that I created by going out there and supporting these bands and stuff like that, and getting that music out like on a global scale is actually really makes me really happy.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah.
So in case some of our viewers don't know, because maybe they're not so familiar with this language, what do you mean by an EP?
EP is like
Extended play.
Yes, extended play. It's like usually 4 tracks, 5 tracks at the most. It's usually 4 most of the time, but
An LP being the full album being the long play.
Okay, makes sense.
yeah, like 7+ tracks, maybe like more than 10. But yeah, this is just a 4-track EP that I have pretty much already like in the. It's pretty much already almost done. Like it's all I need. It's just the last part is the marketing, getting it out there to the right audience.
Yeah.
That's the most important part of it. The whole thing is, of course, the music is there. You got good music, but to get it to the next level is by marketing your brand, which is the music, the band that we have. That is our brand. So it's that's the most crucial part that's going to make this successful. So.
What role has social media played in your career? Is it like a big platform where
Yes.
people can get to see your work and follow you and know about you?
Yes, it's a very important tool. Very important tool. It's like we have the whole world in the palm of our hands. Like there's so many millions of people that you can instantly reach out to by just clicking or just typing a message, and sending them, hey, check out my music. Hope you like it or something, or send it to a record label, or send it to management or something. Like anything. But
Yeah.
so it's just so like it's so easy to get out there now. Like since the internet.
It was through Facebook that I invited you to this interview, that I invited you to the film festival, or even Google as a guest co-host today. So definitely, right, it can be very, very helpful.
Yes.
Where can our viewers find you in social media?
You can look me up, Robby Reyna, Robby, Reyna, Reyna.
BYOB. So you're gonna get like 1,000 friend requests today because we have a lot of viewers. What about you, man?
My name is on Facebook. I am Manuel Cepeda, Manuel Cepeda, Cepeda.
And what advice would you give for upcoming musicians that want to do the same thing you guys do? Make EPs, make music?
Well, the first thing would be just to get really solid with your source material and really practice the songs the way they go. Like if you're composing something and you know that it goes a certain way before you go into a studio to record it, you got to make sure 100% that your parts are the way, the bass is the way it's supposed to be, the guitars are the way they're supposed to be, the solos and the harmonies and the vocals, the drums, also the BPM, which is a metronome, you know what I mean? Yeah. This tempo of the song is supposed to be solid. That way when we go into, you know, musicians that goes into the studio to record it, it's already, everything's solid, you know what I mean? Like that's I think the most important part is the music. The music has to be the branding and the marketing that comes after. But the first part would be to make sure you have everything down the way you're supposed to. The foundation for it, you know, the foundation for the songs, you know, what's going to be eventually your product when it comes out.
Anything you want to add?
Well, second part, what he was saying is the second part with the marketing. Just follow it, man. I really like do a lot of research on marketing and branding, stuff like that. That's like very important. That's like the second step from where the source material is. Once you have your source material, you have your songs, you have your album art, whatever you want to have, you know, your CD look, you know, product. That's the second part, is the marketing and branding. That's what's going to make it, like, make it or break it. That's basically how it works, you know, so it'd be really cool.
That's excellent advice. Thank you for sharing that with our viewers. And lastly, what are your future goals? Where do you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years from now? How do you envision yourself in the future?
Well, for sure, it's going to be releasing a lot of music. That's for sure. Working with other musicians, working with other bands, getting their music out. That's currently what I'm doing now, is working with a lot of other bands and artists, you know, in my own projects too. So I'm just, you know, it's gonna get really good once we get everything out. So.
Awesome. Maybe Hugo and I can do a duet, because we're awesome.
Hey, yeah, that'd be awesome.
Outstanding.
Right?
Right?
Yeah. Most definitely.
Thank you. And Manny, what about you? How do you see yourself in the future?
Honestly, right now, this is one of the creative projects that I'm currently pursuing. There's 2 other projects that are completely different styles that I'm pursuing as well, but they're just EPs as well.
Yeah.
You know, 4 songs here, 4 songs there, 4 songs over there. But the reason I'm doing it all at once, or not all, I want to say not all at once, but simultaneously, is because I'm trying to establish myself as a recording artist first. You know what I mean? Make sure that I'm able to record, or challenge myself to be able to record different styles of music that I enjoy playing with different people. And I'm not stuck in this comfort zone of just playing one style of music with one certain group of people, you know, when I'm getting the opportunities to record with different people, record different styles, and still enjoy it, but be professional in the studio, you know what I mean? Be actually, not only have the source material down, but actually be able to, like, okay, every single band or every single project that I'm pursuing, it's its own brand. You know what I mean? So if it takes off, you know, it takes off, but most importantly, I'm doing it because I'm enjoying it. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, I'm trying not to think too much into the future, you know, and I just try to keep myself preoccupied at the maximum level, and, you know, but not overexert myself at the same time, you know, just have a steady pace with each project, because it's 4 songs, you know what I mean? It's not that hard. It's not that challenging, but it's also enjoyable. Because if you overexert yourself, and that's another piece of advice I'd give to any aspiring musician, you don't want to overexert yourself with not just projects, but with material, you know what I mean, where it's not fun anymore, where, I'm like playing the same songs and I'm messing up, and, you know, and it's like you want it to be fun, you know what I mean? More importantly, you want it to be fun, you want it to be enjoyable every step of the way, whether it's 5 years from now, 10 years from now, it has to be fun, you know, it has to be enjoyable.
What else would you tell our viewers? Any closing remarks, aside from the SkyLine Festival? No, it's not SkyLine Festival.
The J.A.R. Films Festival
J.A.R.
at the SkyLine Event Center.
Any closing remarks you guys have?
Welcome to make a shout out to a band I'm working with.
Go for it.
A band I'm working with right now, they're called And the Hero Prevails. They're going to be opening up for The Offspring. They're at the Clayton's.
Okay. Oh wow.
Yeah,
It's a fun place.
Yeah, so
We should go next Saturday. Next Saturday, June 22nd.
yeah,
BYOB, I'm kidding.
yeah, it's gonna be really good. They deserve the spot. You know, I'm very happy for them, and just want to give a shout out to everybody else. You know, everybody else in the local scene and artists. You know, just keep doing what you're doing, and you know, hope to collaborate with some of y'all, and you know, it'll be good.
Thank you so much. We appreciate Robby, Reyna, and Manny Cepeda from the band Trvth for being our guests today. and we'll see you at the J.A.R Films Festival on July 13th. I also want to appreciate Hugo Garcia one more time for coming all the way from Starr County and serving as guest co-host.
Thank you so much for having me. It was great.
And I'm glad you had a nice experience. And until next time, I'm Alex Arabia, and this is Talk the Talk, Rio Grande Valley Stars.